Patrick is joining us here now. Patty, what you saying, bro?
Oh, how you doing, Terry? Hope you're having a good day. Look, at the end of the day, it wasn't impressive, and it hasn't been great for Man City. Uh, we've tried to bring banter in these things just to make sure we cover up what we're seeing, but this is not. It's not settling, because we always controlled games last season, right? And no matter what opportunities we gave people, you had to break us down. You had to have a very good opportunity to get through City. But now it's quite simple. The people are just teams are just driving through the midfield. Obviously, you can see we miss Gundogan in this team. Gundogan used to be very good next to Rodri. Today it started very well, Terry. It started very dominant. We dominated the ball. Kovacic was incredible, but Haaland again missed such a great chance. I don't know if his grandmother passing away maybe is affecting him. I personally said he should have taken time off, but maybe the footballer said he would like to play. But it hasn't been a great time for Haaland himself. Then as we go, it turned on us. Every counter by Bournemouth, they were passing through us. They were getting through on goal. Obviously, it was very dangerous, and we had to hold on to Bournemouth, which is very quite interesting because we were getting dunked on and we were getting cooked. But look, I hope, Terry, that if we play a better opposition, I'm pretty sure we're not going to come on and play like this. Because believe it or not, as much as people are saying, oh, Liverpool might win this, City are not great, you say the same thing. You've said the right thing also. When a team is playing bad like this and they're being forced to fight for a win, that's when they're more dangerous, because Arsenal might be watching that and saying, oh, we can take this. And then they come overconfident at the Etihad and they hold for as they always do. So I am still hopeful that we can win this league. I am not doubting, no matter whatever issue we're having. But to be honest with you, Terry, it's not looking great, but I still have hope.
Yeah, it isn't looking great in terms of the performances, but again, some will say, "Oh, Terry, you're being a hypocrite because you want Ten Hag out because you don't have consistency of performances." But again, that would be such a false equivalence. We've barely had any good performances for 12 months at Man United, where you're going for a poor period of performances. But typically speaking, Manchester City have been performing consistently for 8 years. You cannot compare the two scenarios in any way, shape, or form. So, and I understand why Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans will start feeling a sense, more of a sense of confidence around winning the league, because they're both performing better than you in the Premier League right now. But you're picking up the wins, you're there or thereabouts, and would it be inconceivable in the next game or 2 or 3 for City to hit top level of performance and start winning more convincingly? No. So I can't bring myself to write City off like a lot of people in the comments are doing based on the performance. It doesn't sit right with me. V's here with us. I wanted to ask you, V, another big day for Phil Foden today. Steps up, another big goal. That kid has the output to match the quality, doesn't he?
Absolutely. And when we need him to step up, he steps up. And the most evident we saw was when, unfortunately, when KDB went down and Foden had to step up in the Champions League. But man, he shows his quality, and Pep's trusting him to play all over that pitch. And today he was more centrally. He had like a free roll, and he came clutch. Haaland put that on target, made it difficult for the keeper, and Foden stepped right up, man. I got the hood on because I don't care how we get these points. I don't care if we got to sneak in. We got to sneak in and get him. Let's get him and get out. I got the hoodie up. That's what it is about this weekend, man. Just get the points.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is about that right now. It's about going to get those 3 points and winning and moving on to the next. In terms of the lack of performance, is it something you're personally concerned about if it continues for another 2, 3, 4 weeks, or do you just think this is a natural performance blip that happens most seasons?
You know what? If I'd be concerned if we weren't creating the chances. I'd be concerned if we were like clearly looking to not be up at the level. But we got to give credit to Bournemouth, man. Like they in moments, in spells, were very, very clear with how they want to attack us and how they want to defend us. So I'll give them credit. But the performance, from a performance standpoint, if we're doing what Pep's asking us to do, if the players are in those positions, if they're creating those chances, and if Haaland or Alvarez, or whether it's Doku or Rodri, if they're missing some of those chances and off target, I'm not killing them too much, because I know that they're in the right spot. If we were playing and showing up with no shot attempts, or in the case of the Arsenal game, no shots on target for 90 minutes, I'm stressing. But Pep's got these guys doing what he wants them to do. They just need to deliver. So I'm all right with it right now.
I get you there. Do you think playing like this will get City past Man United?
Yeah. Like, look. Do you know what makes me laugh, Terry? People make me laugh. They're throwing that name as if right now, as we speak, we're both not in the same. Look, that's the funny thing is, even Ten Hag has been getting points. That's what I want people to understand. As bad as Man United are playing, they're getting points. City the same. As bad as we are playing, we're getting points. Sometimes, obviously, we're slipping down. But that's what I'm saying, that people have to remember through history. City have done this before, where at the end of the season, we've gone out to Fulham, and Fulham may be at the bottom, and they give us a game, and we're like, wow. And then we're like, Liverpool is next. Then they go to Liverpool, and they turn up, they level up. The same thing as United. I'm not laughing at United next week. I told my brother who's a United fan, I was like, you guys will show up because it is Man City, and we will show up because it's you guys. People might think, oh, the game is going to be one-sided. They might see one of the best games this season because both teams are somehow getting away with it. Because I was also saying the same thing. I know you lost today, but it's because of the injuries. Because I think that Højlund fella, as much as people are making fun of him, I rate him more than Nunes. Nunes might be somebody who causes chaos, but Højlund's finishes have been on point, let's be honest. So next week, when we play you guys, I don't think anybody will take you for granted, but don't be throwing out the name United as if both of us are not in a similar situation. We're just better off on points, but United have also been getting points while playing bad. So I don't know why people are already doubting us. But you know what, Terry? I want people to continue doubting us, especially one team. I want Arsenal to be laughing because some Arsenal fans tweeted that if we go to the Etihad, they're holding 5. But you say the same thing about Porto, and Porto slapped you. So come to the Etihad, let us hold 5. I would like to see it. I dare you. I dare you.
I hear you there. Zane here says Foden is developing into a world-class player. No one can replace KDB, but he will go a long way to resolving that City's next 5 games are very crucial. I mean, where are you on this debate, V, around Phil Foden? Is he world-class in your opinion?
You know what? I know it's going to come across biased, but I see him play every game. And I've seen what he's done for us in huge, not only Champions League games, but against the quote big 6 or top 6, right? So I put him in that category. And some want to take shots at him like, oh, several years ago he was being compared to Mbappe. Well, the reason why at the time is because we were facing PSG. And I would argue that Foden showed up at a higher level in that matchup, that head-to-head, than Mbappe did at the time. So those were the talks. And right now, he continues playing like this. He's gonna cement that. He's gonna cement that in terms of being considered world class by others. I also want to point out it's been a little inconsistent with regards to how the rivals look at him because Pep hasn't played him in one position. Pep continues to challenge him. I was surprised to see Nunes playing on the wing today. Like Pep asked that of players, right? So I don't think it's a slight. I think for the fact that we've had quality of Gundogan, David Silva, Yaya, KDB, for Foden not to have cemented a position centrally amongst all those greats, it's not a slight. When KDB does have to move on or maybe take less of a role because he's 33 plus in years, and we know that takes its toll as a player, I think then it's like, listen, Foden's 23, guys. When he's 25, 26, peak of his powers, you guys will know exactly what City fans have been saying for a while. He is world class, and he's going to cement it when he finally gets that chance.
Games like today, again, everyone views football differently, and I think with football though, but everyone views it differently, and I understand that. But I think too many people view football through one particular lens, and for instance, some people judge footballers purely on their ability. And they essentially want to ignore every other facet of the game. Some do it purely on stats. Some do it purely on how regularly you influence games for 90 minutes solid. And that's their barometer. And for me, I think all of those points hold water. But football isn't as simplistic as that. So there are some games where the team isn't performing well and maybe you're not influencing, but you still step up and you score winners. Like today, I thought Phil Foden played well. It wasn't like he was running the show, but especially in that second half, but he popped up with the all-important goal. There are other games where he will dominate for 90 minutes and score an assist as well. His ability is always there for people to see. I think you've got to look at football from different angles at times. But it's a game like today where I look at Phil Foden. It's why I've always had him above Rashford. I've always had him above Saka and others in these debates. And it isn't a slight on the ability or outputs of the other two. It's the consistency of which I've seen this young man deliver when he's been called upon in title races, big Champions League games, stepping up. And if he doesn't follow that run in, because it's not within his nature to do it, if he doesn't follow in that Haaland run, you drop points today.
Yeah,
but he does that because he's got that quality too. So look, I think he is world class, and I know a lot of people say that it gets thrown around a lot. I do think it does, and I don't. I think it does because there's so many definitions of what world class is. But depending on what you believe world class to be, it's if me and Patrick don't agree on what world class is, I might think he's calling too many players world class. Once I listen to his definition, it probably makes a little bit more sense. But yeah, Foden is absolute top class. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. And I still think he's going to get better as well and more consistent.
100%. He is going to get better. He's 23. We need to relax. And rivals in particular, y'all need to relax. Because if you're taking your shots at him, and everybody and their mama came off mute last season when he was dealing with appendicitis and an ankle injury. That's when everyone wanted to chirp and talk about Foden's not that guy. This season, no Haaland, no KDB. Foden was that guy. And he's the reason why we're in this close proximity or striking distance of this title, because without him, we'd be far off the mark. And what I'm really excited for, one last thing, what I'm really excited for with regards to Foden as a City fan is that he's come through the academy. And if by any means football gods make it possible for Foden to do his entire career here, like it's one of those things that you dream of in terms of having such a star player to be here from beginning to end. So that's one of my wish on a star things that I have with regards to Foden.
And you're right there. You're right, Veta, because I think the noise came out last season, Terry. It was never there because they were crying at first. There was cries. Why is he winning Young Player of the Season like that without GA? Because you're right. Some people love GA. GA can get somebody into a certain level. But also, let's look at this GA because I am from old school. I look with my eyes. I have the eye test. You can be a GM agent, and some of your GA can just be the most useless we've ever seen. Because I have seen players have high assists, and you're like, come on, was that an assist? They gave the ball from all the way halfway line, and then Veda took the ball, dribbled past 10 players and scored, and you call that assist. But Foden, there was disrespect because last year he wasn't there. People were like, oh, look at this. He's not playing at all. He's on the bench. They didn't know that this kid was injured. They didn't know this kid was going through issues. But now he's playing. And Veda is right. He's been carrying the team. The team, whenever we're down, it's Foden. And Haaland wasn't there. De Bruyne wasn't there. Foden has been the man of the match and carrying this team, and he looks like a man now. And we're just going to see people who keep waffling that, oh, Southgate still drops him. Let's see if he drops him. If Southgate drops him, we'll know that he's a bum. But we all know Southgate is a bum anyway, so...
I hear you on that. Igal has arrived. What are you saying, Igal?
How did you guys win that game? Honestly, Bournemouth were absolutely toothless. Bournemouth had so many opportunities. I felt like they could have got a draw. Either in the game near the end. You guys grinded it out. Credit to you guys. But at the end of the day, this is not a City performance where that we haven't been seeing this season. A lot of your performances as of late have been a lot closer, and you haven't been punished. You can't keep getting away with this. You can't keep getting away with having 1-0s, 2-1s, close games. Like City of old would slap these teams easy. And I'm just seeing the vulnerabilities there. A better quality team, a better attacking side would bury those chances today. Like these guys were trying to do bicycle kicks, but they couldn't even get proper head of the ball. Like simple chances. Honestly, I'm looking at your team. I'm seeing the vulnerabilities. When you play the likes of Liverpool, City, when you play the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal, I'm telling you, you're not going to have an easy route. I know it's at your ground at the Emirates, and I know it's at Anfield. So those two games are going to decide this whole title, because I can see us literally going head to head, all three of us, for the majority of the season. But it's going to come down to those two games. And if you guys are this vulnerable against the likes of Burnley, the likes of Brentford, and you guys are looking this shaky, you can't keep getting away with these kind of performances, man. Eventually, it's going to catch up to bite you guys in the ass.
You have to be careful, though, God, because I said it before you came. Be careful with this Man City team. I have seen them do this in some games, because you guys, that's the thing. When we are in the title race at the end, do you think all those 14 games we win? We don't do this. Remember last year, we struggled in a few 1-0s or 2-0s where we're like, oh my God, hold on.
Yeah.
But the thing about Man City is, I keep telling rival fans and the gal, don't say, oh, we will come in and dunk. It's when big quality players come in and step against City, we're like, whoa, where was this performance? I'm telling you, you might come to Man City thinking we're going to hold 5, as some of your Twitter fans are saying, but you might struggle. Trust me. But
Nobody's saying we're going to come to the Etihad and score 5. Are they friggin' crazy? Listen.
Oh, your fan base is delusion. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and everybody has crazy people in their fan base, bro. I seen your fan base live tweeting about Saka 15 times rather than talking about your own team after a victory. But hey, it is what it is. Your boy Phil Foden's doing well. I'll give you guys credit. You guys grinded out the win, but it's nothing impressive. It's Bournemouth, and right now you guys did not play well over the last couple of games, and you keep getting away with it. I hope and pray eventually it bites you guys in the ass. But for now, you guys are showing you guys are champions.
That's not a good speech to make before Newcastle, though. These are the speeches you don't make before playing a game.
I hear you, but right now I don't care. I just had to get what I had to say.
No, that's fine.
I'm always giving people a platform to come on and say what they have to say.
No worries.